a real fool right now. We're gonna go ahead and basically do it without music. I know y'all like the background music, but we're gonna go ahead and do it without music as soon as I can get rid of this music because I don't really want to listen to Lil Kim anymore. Thank you. Woo. All right. So, Jay Sabian, once again, appreciate you being on the show, brother.
Appreciate being here.
Would you give you a little couple minutes, see if you got anything to say?
My only rant would be today everybody loves hip hop music. We all love rap. Most people do. It's been assimilated into our culture, American culture. Last time I checked, if you wanted to be an artist of any caliber, you had to have talent. And yes, I sing this song to this day, but this dude Trinidad James has absolutely zero talent. Last time I checked, if you had to rock a microphone, you had to have talent. This boy just said, I'm popped the molly, I'm sweating. Woo! And it's become a phenomenal crazy. I'm saying it myself, and I'm starting to feel even ignorant by the day. All I'm saying is, people, if you're going to listen to music, listen to good music. And dag it, record labels, if you're going to sign people with talent. If people is just so dumb nowadays. If everybody could do music, no offense, the mentally challenged would be out here making platinum records. Don't believe me? See Lil Jon.
Oh,
watch, wow. Watch, just watch.
First of all, I like to say that I completely agree with you. That Pop the Mind song is the dumbest. You know,
and he's sweating.
The spot that I had with Chief Keef.
Or the Lord Sosa or the
Nah. What's the other one? No.
Chief Keef is horrible too. It shouldn't even be allowed near a studio.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I don't like. Really, I don't care what you don't like. I don't like you. Stop playing on my radio. Thank you, man. I appreciate that because ever since I heard that garbage, I wanted to say it. You have no idea the happiness I have in my heart right now. All right, Grizzy.
Yes.
Your time, sir. I appreciate you being in today.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. Thank you, Marcus J, for bringing me in again. It's a tough year, man, for my Pittsburgh Steelers. 7-7, 500 with 2 games to go against Cincinnati and against Cleveland. We already beat Cincinnati early in the season. In Cleveland, you got one ass whooping coming to you, I tell you. Yeah, and that was on air. He gonna do that on air. And Marcus J, you can imagine who did that. But no, let me tell you. As a diehard Steelers fan, I got something to say to all the Cowboy haters or the Cowboy lovers that hit me up on Facebook on Sunday night and today, and co-workers, people in my building, Hooper at my building who almost got to fighting with before the game, everything like that. What? Suck a egg. Y'all ain't won a Super Bowl in 20 years. If it wasn't for Neil O'Donnell and Corey Holiday having a Molly Trinidad James moment, y'all would not have had another Super Bowl in those 20 years. So, I hate the Cowboys. People say hating, don't use your energy. I like using it. I got plenty. It's got plenty of hater aid for Dallas. Oh, since I'm on a rant, I hate Kobe Bryant. I hate Kobe and I hate the Lakers, and I hope they go 9 and what, they won one more game? Did they win one more?
Yeah, they actually 11-14. They're
11-14
now.
They still go. I hope they don't win but 5 more games for the rest of the season. I am Jay Grizzy Green, and I'm official hater of the Cowboys and the Lakers. Let that sit on it. Oh, you want me to go further? I can go further.
No. Let's go ahead and cut you off.
Because I can
go
on.
That black and yellow that you be talking about is on that Earth
6.
Other stuff.
You don't even want to know what it.
We got 5, so that's all. Hey, we got 5. We can fill up one hand.
All right.
Anyway,
Banks.
Anyway,
it's unusual, I guess.
It's not unusual.
And maybe it is today.
No, not today. My boys pulled off an emotional victory yesterday. They beat up Jay Grizzy team very well. They handed them another L. Grizzy, you should be able to take the trash from me because, hey, we go back like babies and pacifiers. I have always liked the Cowboys. You have always liked the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we were right there to John at it, taking before and after pictures and everything.
I'm sad.
Needless to say, my heart is still saddened because of this. And being a soccer coach for the first time this year, I had the privilege of dealing with a bunch of first graders. That is what we lost.
this past Friday. We lost a whole generation of kids, and that is sad. Those kids that attend that school have lost friends. Those kids who attend that school will be scarred and scared for the rest of their lives. I hope and pray to whatever deity or whatever you believe in, be it agnostic, atheist, whatever type of whatever you have, that you take a moment and remember these kids and say to them that they get help, or somehow or another will that they get help, because how do you have a child go to a school, a safe haven, for lack of a better word, that it won't happen again? It's hard to tell a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9-year-old kid that once something happens to you like that it won't happen again. You cannot imagine, unless you are a parent yourself, the trial and tribulation of getting a phone call saying your child is no longer coming home to you. It goes to show you that you need to hug and cherish, and yes, beat, not kill, beat your kids, and protect your kids. They require discipline. Now, I'm not saying that to be mean or trying to be, you ain't gotta something for that, on dog. Here. Kids need discipline, and you're not going to kill them. You're showing you love them. Hug them. I mean, after you scold them, hug them. After my son gets fussed at, I go him because of the simple fact he needs to understand the difference between me being upset and mad and me being upset and wanting to kill him. Okay? Yeah, right. I love my son every time after I give him a spanking. I'm trying to teach him some things, and, I have to learn it as well, too. We're not all parents. We didn't all start off as parents. So, needless to say, let's keep an eye on our kids. Let's protect them as best we can. Let's make sure that they're having a good time, but also make sure that we're watching their environment they're in, and
people they hang with.
Right, the people they hang with, because that circle of trust right there is really what defines you as a parent. That's my little corner today. Big Rube. I know you're gonna talk about those Redskins, Deadskins.
I don't know who we're gonna talk about, but I'm curious to know.
I am too. But you know what? One thing.
Call it the Smash.
No, I think he changed the name.
He don't like me saying a lot of Molly's tonight. He ain't like that.
No, I mean it is what it is.
Molly, go golly.
Well, I guess this is my moment. This is Smash, Big Rube. I was torn today when I walked in. I had like 3 things I wanted to talk about, and I was just talking about one. But you know what? This is the first time I'm thinking of Smash. I'm gonna go to multiple things. Okay. I would appreciate feedback while I'm talking, because it's kind of important. I appreciate it. Now, first thing, I'm watching the game last night, and I was a little disappointed in the Cowboys. Not because they're the Cowboys, but because I saw that dude who was drunk driving and took out one of the Cowboys, I think Jerry Brown, on the sidelines, man. And I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself, and I kind of found that a little disturbing. I understand it's team and love and all that. I get it. However, I mean, basically, are you sitting here and you're telling me that we have forgiven him for doing what he did? Mm-hmm. I kind of have a problem with that. I mean, is the Brown family, cool with what he did? I really feel like, I understand that's his job, I guess, but at that point in time, man, you kind of did something you shouldn't have done. And I think I spoke last week or the week before last about, look, man, it's one thing if you broke and you still and you want to go out and party a little bit. You may not have a choice, but everybody has choices, whether you're broke or you're not. He shouldn't have been driving that car. And he expressed his sadness and disbelief that his friend was gone and all that, and I appreciate that. However, being on the sidelines of the Cowboys, I'm not sure if that was a right move. That was probably a team decision. They probably voted on it, yada, yada, yada. How about I mean, if the Brown family said it was cool, then I guess I really have nothing to say about it. And maybe they did, but I was a little disturbed by that. I didn't think that was right, especially considering what just happened on Friday. Number two, I watched Survivor for the first time in like 3 seasons. And the funny part about it, I watched the finale. And the only reason why I watched the finale is because the chick from Facts of Life was up there. And I was shocked. Lisa Welcher. She played Blair. I was shocked she made it to the final 3. So, she looks rough on the last day there. And then I guess they did the live finale. And, she went from being super, super tan to super, super white. I guess, a couple weeks off the island really brought the color back. I don't know. Now it kind of resurrected her career. She went through a divorce during the whole time. She didn't get to speak to her kids. It's cool. However, it is what it is. She didn't win, which I was probably most happiest about. But I didn't watch the show, so I really shouldn't be judging it. But I felt if she would have won $1 million, that kind of would have been disgraceful to the show, especially after Jeff Kent got kicked out early. And the last thing, this morning I woke up about 6 o'clock, and everybody heard the new movie that comes out on Christmas, Django Unchained. Now, everybody knows what the movie's about. It's about a dude who had his wife taken. Of course, we're talking slavery. We're talking, a whole bunch of racial stuff. And Quentin Tarantino, director, got a lot of flack for using the N-word a lot. Now, Marcus J is big on not using the N-word. Big Rube is fairly big on not using the N-word. That sort of thing. However, he defended himself and saying, look, it's like the 70s. It's like, not the 70s. It's like the 1770s. They dropped the N-word like it was air back then, because they had, wait for it, slaves. So maybe they didn't call them, oh, that's my slave over there. Ain't he cool? No, that's my N. And it wasn't a nice term. Last week or 2 weeks ago, he talked about how us taking that power back is pretty stupid. But now they're giving Quentin Tarantino flack because he used it. And Quentin was like, look, if I didn't use the N-word and it was the 1700s, I would have thought something was wrong with me. Now, for those of you who don't know Quentin Tarantino, if you ever heard Pulp Fiction, and that's really pretty much Reservoir Dogs. That was pretty cool. But in Pulp Fiction, which I own, he used the N-word quite a bit, especially when it says dead in storage. I don't have a sign on front of my yard that says dead in storage. Well, he didn't. But if you watch the movie, you understand what I'm saying. Should he have gotten flack for using the N-word? My opinion, if it's going to be in the 1700s or the 1770s, whatever it was, when they had slaves, and that's what they said, no. You can't get flack for it because it's fairly legitimate. Will you ever see those on TV? Nah. You're not going to see it on TV. You're not going to see it on Channel 8. You're not going to see it on 12 because that's just impossible to get rid of. But for this man to receive flack so his movie can be more realistic, I don't think that's right. However, I'm also the dude who say, hey, you shouldn't take the power back on the N-word because it means ignorant, and that's stupid. Why would you use that to call yourself or your boy ignorant? That's dumb. But it's a smash. It's Big Rube. Appreciate y'all being here today. Like Marcus J said, just because it's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, that don't mean we ain't going to be here. We're looking at our site in a couple of days. We're going to have a couple questions up there for you. We appreciate y'all input. And he did his little saying earlier. My saying is, peace out. We out till next week. If we don't get to hear from you next week, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything. If you don't believe in it, just be happy.
Go Steelers.
Don't go Steelers. That's terrible. But we out. We'll see you next week. If we don't hear from you next 2 weeks, we'll see you next year, 2013. Hope we make it past the 21st.
Shout out to Marcus J. Chilling in the basement somewhere with the gimp.
Really? We threw the gimp in there? Yeah. That's so messed up. All right, people. We out. See you next week.